Welcome back to Straight Talk No Chaser. I'm your host, Money Mike, and tonight we're asking the question, is black culture being bought and sold? Think about it. We make the slang, the music, the dances, the fashion. The world copies us every single day. But when the checks get cut, do we see them? Or are we watching somebody else profit off our soul? I got the crew here. Face off.
Yeah, what's happening? Face off the sun, friend and none.
Also, you got the professor. Sheldon T. Nunn is in the building.
None better, none kinder, none finer than I. Just telling the truth so I could tell you all about it.
Also, Miss Debbie.
Hey, Miss Debbie got something to say.
Also, Madam Dee Dee.
I'm ready to get into it, baby. Let's go.
Here's your straight facts. Black Americans have 1.7 trillion in buying power, but only 3% of U.S. businesses are black-owned, generating 1% of revenue. Advertisers spend just 2% of budgets on black-focused media despite black audiences over-indexing on media consumption. Black creators fueled viral trends but barely get credit or equal compensation. Prince, Michael Jackson, and others fought for ownership of their masters, but most black artists never owned their recordings. We turned ramen into gourmet cuisine, but we don't own Marusian stock. How that makes sense? The truth is this: black creativity is the world's engine, but we don't own the keys. We can't keep setting trends that make billions while owning none of the infrastructure. Influence without ownership isn't power, it's exploitation. And exploitation without resistance becomes tradition. Sheldon T., what you got?
All we have to do is look back historically. Even if you go back millions and millions of years, you see evidences of our creativity as black people, which has been thoroughly exploited over time throughout the centuries. But the bottom line is that when you look at our history and see that we created things to make life easier for ourselves, even things as simplistic as a dustpan or an ironing board or a utensil to help us get through the fork. All of these things exposed our creativity because let's face it, without us, the world would not have mathematics, the world would not have fire, the world would not have metallurgy, the world would not have many of the things that we take for granted. And I think over time we have been convinced and coerced into becoming consumers rather than creators.
Right.
Miss Debbie, what you got?
Well, I was sitting here thinking, what about when Uncle B and Pitchy used to be on the rice? I kind of thought he owned it. I really did. Aunt your mama was on the pancake box.
Yeah, they just
Now they done
yeah.
put Pearl Mining on it.
Pearl and meal.
And there is no more of that. And so I think a lot of things were just taken from us because we didn't know copyrights, we didn't know patents, and we didn't know trademarks. And so I think a lot of things were taken from us. And that's why I always tell people, when you look at Black History Month, don't worry about look at what was created by a black person, an African American person. That, and you'll find out that a lot of things you use today, they should have already had the pattern on it.
Well, look at it. Everything that we celebrate is only because of what? 1 month out of a whole year.
Right.
And you look at our music. 1 month we get Black Music Month. 1 month we get Jazz Month.
Right.
1 month we get Black History. We get limitations, and I think they limit us because if they gave us more time, we might be surprised at what we have really done.
Yeah, we'll discover more.
We'll discover more.
A lot of the youth and even some of the older folks, well, I can't say the older folks, but a lot of the youth don't even want to know where things originated from. They won't go read a book, They won't go ask their great-grandparents or their uncles, great-uncles, or something like that. Hey, where did this come from, Uncle? Or where did this come from?
Yeah.
You know, where did that? You know,
They're
they
not
don't want to know
interested
that.
in history.
Yeah.
They're not interested in
I mean, something that we all use every day, the cell phone.
Right.
Had it not been for a black man, we'd still be using rotary phones.
Still be using them.
We
Yeah.
have creativity and ideas, but sometimes we don't have the means to support it. So that's how a lot of everything get taken from us. You see what I'm saying? If we don't have the wealth behind it, I mean, you have the idea, you can put it out there, you can put it together. As soon as you do, here they come, like they used to do with their music.
they don't have
They
the
will make
capital.
a song, have
Right.
it, then they'll take it and make it their way because they had the money and the means to do they do to get it produced.
Right.
That's why Prince turned the recording industry upside down
Yes, he did.
when he decided that no more. You know, I don't even own my music, and that's not right. You
Right.
know, I'm the creative engine behind
Right.
your profitability. You giving me 3 cents off of a record, and you making 97.
Right.
So he decided to flip the script. Michael Jackson did it, as Mike said. So Jay-Z is probably doing much the same thing. So now we have more mechanisms to expose our creativity.
Right.
And we're not limited by racism, segregation, Jim Crowism, whatever. But we don't even have the ability to take pride in our history.
Yeah.
That has been really taken away.
Didn't
They
it?
don't,
Yeah.
they don't
Yeah.
know the history.
Right.
And then even when you look at rock and roll, created by musicians like Chuck Berry and Little Richard, and then it come along and it was marketed and monetized,
With
you know, with Elvis,
Elvis. Yeah.
you know.
But that's only in America, because when you look at people who come from across the seas, Eric Clapton, Paul McCartney, and some of the others, they tell you straight up, they learned their craft through listening to who? Muddy Waters.
Yeah, I was just going to mention him.
Yeah, Muddy Waters and a lot of Bobby Bland, B.B. King, Howlin' Wolf.
Oh, you got Big Mama Thornton, you got
Yeah.
Mama go. The list goes on.
Stevie Ray Vaughan
Stevie
is a
Ray Vaughan.
great to let you know of someone that copied B.B. King.
Exactly. So, people outside the United States recognize our talents, even though they have exploited it. Because when you go to the London Museum of Natural History, you see where much of our creativity was stolen.
Yeah.
You know, the artifacts that they refuse to give back to this day. So they don't want us to have anything. They just want to make the money
Yeah.
on it.
Well, if you go all the way back, we have made things. You remember the bomber jacket? Everybody
Yeah.
wanted the bomber jacket.
Yep.
We made the bomber jacket. We made the bomber jacket, and think about the fashion, the tennis shoes, the turtlenecks, who started wearing those chains? We did.
That's right.
Whatever we do, it can be monetized by. So what I would hope the youth today and tomorrow, I just hope that they know, don't do nothing without a contract. A contract is very important. If I say I'm gonna bring you 100 flowers, I'm gonna have to have a contract if I got a business. Cause see, I don't need to bring them 100 flowers and then I done created some, then I look up, you done put them 100 flowers, what I made, and now you selling them.
Yeah.
So we have to learn how to protect knowledge.
Exactly.
And another thing,
Yeah.
even with the contract, another thing for the youth, I don't care if you got to bring a magnifying glass. Bring you a magnifying glass
Read that
and read
small-
that fine print.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
They don't
you-
expect you to read it.
Oh, you
Right.
know, they get you with that fine print on
They
a lot
be,
of
but
things.
they be in a hurry. Even some older people, if they signing contracts, or people that's supposed to be knowledgeable, sometimes they get in there because they be in such a hurry and they see money, and the first thing they do is jump on what they see first, what they gonna do and how they gonna benefit from it, not knowing that if they fumble the bag or if they don't do something the way they want them to do it, then it can be stripped from them. But they not reading that part. They only reading the part because they see dollar signs.
Right. And you know, long time ago, we lost a lot of things when people couldn't write. They just
Couldn't
put an
read.
X. They couldn't
Yeah.
read.
Right.
Think about all the acres of land our parents and
Yes.
great grandparents
Getting
owned.
passed around
And
to
then
this
you
day.
look up somewhere like one of those big ranches down there. I don't know how many acres King's Ranch is down there.
It's 80 miles wide.
How many?
80 miles.
They own all that land.
Yes.
They own all that
Oh, my
land.
goodness.
So that means that they had their paperwork right. So so in order to protect, because if we don't start protecting what we're doing or protecting what's already here, we gonna see it diminish. When I ride through Fifth Ward, I don't even remember being in that place because it's not familiar to me anymore because everything changes.
Everything
But
changed.
think about when we were on the road to success because we own the grocery stores, we own Willa Pharmacy, we own Wolf Pawn Shop, we own Miss Baker's Hamburger. So we own things that was around us. So what we have to do now is figure out how do we get ownership again. We're patenting stuff, we coming up with stuff. Somebody came up with that fan. And I bet you somebody in the black church.
Yeah.
I bet
No,
you.
that's where it came.
It's
You
just
watch
like
them
when you
old
say
movies.
you're doing something and you got a business, but you got people that come, you got your business and have a community of everybody working together and own it, you know, in the black community. You have these big companies that want to come through and they want to buy your property or they want to do something different and they speak the right amount of money. And some people stand on and say, no, I ain't gonna do this because
Right.
this is mine. This is what I want. I don't want no money. I do this for me and I need this for my family. If I sell it to you, I don't have nothing left to leave, you know, for what you say, generational wealth.
Right.
But if to keep occurring and going through my family, I can't because I done sold it to you.
Right.
And
But-
again, it's always be about us either not having enough money or wanting more money.
But if you don't understand
Business.
the concept of money, because you know the concept of money, some people say, oh wow, they're gonna give me $1 million.
Right.
Well, $1 million 10, 15 years ago maybe have been a lot of money.
Right,
but,
right.
But $1 million nowadays, and when you look at what we do when we get a handful of money, first thing we go buy is what we don't have.
Right,
Right.
right.
Big screen TV,
Oh
Right.
yeah. Oh yeah, that little one
Brand
don't
new
do no
luxury
more.
vehicle.
brand
know-
new luxury
A
vehicle.
lot of jewelry.
Whatever,
Top of line
yeah.
jewelry.
We're gonna
yeah.
go to the gallery and get some
Yeah.
Gucci and some
Yeah.
and some
Yeah. Instead of investing
court.
for something that can, you know what I'm saying, be
Exactly.
ongoing, that's the first thing we do.
So the next thing you know, whatever you created in the first pass, because you know, whoever offers you the money, they're gonna give you a one pass. Look, this is what we're willing to pay right now. This is it. And then they turn around and make what? They give you $1 million. They turn around and make $100 million.
But,
Right,
but what we have to understand is that we got to get trust again amongst the
Right.
people.
It's the unity.
See,
yeah, we gotta-
because
yeah,
if
unity.
I gave you, if we all gave you $10,000 to invest, and you get a new car, we gonna look.
Right.
We
Top
come
our
and
glass.
look for you.
So
Cause
trying to
we
turn
thinking
over,
that you might have been saving for 10 years for that car,
Right.
but
Now you got all our $10,000.
yeah, then we
They
want to,
get you,
yeah,
yeah.
we need to, yeah, but we want to know. But think about it, y'all. We put our money in a bank. We trust them. We put your money in 401ks and they go down. So what we have to do is learn to trust. When you put your money in a 401, you trust them. But they went bankrupt. Ask my sister that worked 30-some years at United Airlines. Ask her what happened to her 401.
Here's the sip. Black culture has always been the engine of America. The style, the sound, the slang, the flavor. We build it, they buy it. We create it, they flip it. We innovate, they mass produce. From Garrett Morgan's traffic light to Jack Daniel's whiskey, from Motown's music to TikTok dances, the blueprint is ours, but the money often ain't. And what's worse, we don't just lose the money, we lose the narrative. Our names disappear, our credit erased, while somebody else gets crowned the genius. So the question tonight is this: how do we break the cycle? How do we go from being the sauce to being the stockholders?
Trust.
Investing.
Investments, trust. We need to be able, like right now, if we say we're gonna buy this abandoned apartment complex, and they might say 400,000. Although remember we gotta fix it up, we just getting the land in here. I gotta trust the person that's gonna put the money, that's gonna be the spokesperson. We a group. we could be called the whatever group, and we put all our money in this pot to do that. But I think it's gotta start back with trust.
Yeah.
I think we don't trust each other anymore to either make good decisions or good investments.
You know we don't trust each other because if I call, if someone calls a black plumber versus a white plumber, and the white plumber comes out and he messes the work up, and what you gonna say? Okay, Black plumber comes out. You say, I know I shouldn't have called him out.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
somebody
like
told me
working
not to
with-
call that dude because we don't respect it. The plumber doesn't respect us because you mad at him. Not only did he screw up the work, he talked to you any old kind of way.
Right.
Because you had some words with him and he done cussed you out. We don't respect each other, and it goes back to everything wrong with us as a culture. We've lost respect for one another, and now we want what we don't have. And what we don't have is a Mercedes, what we don't have is a BMW, but the creativity has left us, and now, you still got some black people out here doing some positive things.
Yes,
Right.
of course.
But guess what? You don't hear about them.
Everybody living for right now.
Yes,
Yeah,
the right now.
that's a good
Yeah.
analysis right now.
right now. But until we start establishing networks, because we hate each other so much, we feel as though we don't have anything in common with the African culture or the Caribbean culture or the predominantly black cultures of Mexico.
What that's called crab in the bucket. huh?
Exactly. So we don't even trust each other beyond the seas,
Yeah.
because we have things we detract from what the motherland has brought us, and that's the creativity that has allowed us to sustain in this country. So those things that were important, we looked down the list. The real McCoy, you used to take that and make that for laughing. That was something that a black man created for the railroad. Benjamin Banneker, he designed Washington, D.C.
Right.
So all those things we did shows that we are very talented and creative people, but they've convinced us that we have no value.
Right.
Right.
Well, another thing is you look at the black buying power, $1.7 trillion. $1.7 trillion that's not being recirculated in the African American community. It's going outside of the community. One way is to reinvest that back into your African American communities.
Yeah.
You can't keep giving it all to the
But we got
to the others.
But we got to have a business system.
The businesses are there, but are we supporting those businesses?
No, because we already say when we go there, the price high. They higher than
Or the
anybody.
customer
All the customer
Service
service is
ain't on
horrible. You
point.
want to support your people, but sometimes your people they business, you automatically think because
You
we're
black,
the same color
you gotta
that we
do
have
it.
to support you. But you're not even giving us the service that we want. You providing a service, but you giving horrible service. And it's like we almost entitled and we're obligated to come over there and support you, but you're not doing what you need to do to make us support you.
Black business owners, you need to do better.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Because we would. I mean, I would support. I would love to support. I would love to say stepping into 26. I would like to do, every time I spend a dime, I would like to have a list to see if I could support
Right.
a black business.
Why gotta be a dime?
Right.
No, huh?
You said every time you spend a dime.
Right, well, that's all I'm spending
A
now.
dollar.
Not a dollar?
Commit a dollar.
I can't spend $1 no more, but I'm
Come on.
saying, every time I go out, I would love to see, like if it's a beauty supply, cause I do go to beauty supplies, and I would love to say, I would drive over to support them. If they wasn't right there where I am, I would go and support them. But I'm like, Madam D, can you give me some good customer service
Right.
when I get there?
Right.
Can you give me the kind of service that Chick-fil-A gives me when I
Right.
drive through? Can you tell me thank you for choosing? Can you say, is there anything else? Can I help you find something? Do you think I'm stealing because I came in here and I'm of color? So if we learn to trust, then we can talk about that trillion that needs to go back in. I would love to take my clothes to a black-owned business to be cleaned.
I mean,
But
once upon a time, the black dollar turned over 18 times within the African American community. Now it's something like 5 times.
right,
Very small number. You know, all of the. I mean, when you think about the things that we created because we had no access outside of our neighborhoods, the movie theaters, the taxi cab companies.
oh wow, yeah,
All of those things that were there for us where we didn't really want for anything. And then too, that's where the idea of shade tree mechanic came up.
Right.
Because you see brothers out working on their cars under the shade trees. You don't see that anymore.
Right.
No.
Right.
no, you don't see that anymore. And I think, like I've been saying during this whole podcast, how building trust, we have to invest. I would love to take my car for the guys that used to be on the corners that had the little hand wash your car.
Yes.
You
yes.
know,
Yeah, they weren't on the corner because they couldn't do that. They was on the corner because the thing is they
But they had
the
businesses.
maintenance of the buildings.
no, but they had businesses. They had the little thing you pull your car on.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, they wasn't just out there. They was ready for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And they were, so they were certified.
yeah.
Okay.
And they would take your car and they would clean it. And at that time, honey, they had your tires looking like they was glass. And they put the you know you would get that little tree thing you could hang right there on the mirror.
Car fresh.
Yep.
You know, so those are the things that are gonna what? Keep the dollar, grow the wealth, continue to make other, because it's not our generation. Yeah, we can do some things, but I always think back for people that's coming behind
Yeah.
us. What can they do to ensure? I mean, you got people that can barbecue so good. All they need is somebody that want to help them get a building. So
Right.
they have to use their trucks
Yeah.
to do it, because you
Find
know
a
why?
spot to sit it in.
Because when they go to the bank, they're gonna find any blemish
To not want
to not give them the loan.
Yeah.
SBA is gonna, you know, so we have to
Usually
be
the credit is a deterrent to us getting those
Right.
Right.
loans.
right.
And if you've been convinced that the only thing your child can do is play basketball, football,
TikTok.
sing, and rap, then there lies the problem, because now everybody wants to be a star.
Right.
Nobody wants to do the heavy lifting to
Some of them
media is
ain't
crippling
got
people.
no talent like
I
Exactly.
don't even
Social
know,
media.
is it
They
any
make
more
the wrong people famous today. You know,
is
social
it
media is
any more
crippling people.
tailors that make clothes like Caldwell Tailors did on
They still got they got some.
They got
people that make
tailors.
clothes.
Yeah, they got some.
But you got to look under
but I
rocks
don't
and
know
trees
where
to
they
find
where they
Right.
yeah.
Let's go to the DM dive. Every time I see a viral dance, the white influencer gets rich. What can we do?
Stop passing along this what I don't remember the other girl name, but I know the
Miley
creator
Cyrus?
of that the creator of this new dance.
You
they
talking about
got.
that Janelle
Oh,
Sindab,
yeah,
Janelle Sindab and Tiana?
is the
Tiana
creator
is
of
the
it,
creator,
but she
yeah.
is benefiting off of it.
Yeah.
So my question and I'm looking at the camera when I say that, why y'all don't book Tiana? Why y'all booking that one? Like, come on, Tiana do it way a lot better.
That's
Well,
what-
look at the dancehall girls from Jamaica, and Miley Cyrus made Twitter. Is it called Twitter?
X. What
When
are you
they
talking
shake
about?
their booty. Up and
Twerking?
down.
Twerking.
Or
Yeah.
Twitter? You
I
say
love-
Twitter.
My,
Wow.
Jimmy
Wow.
cannot.
Twerking.
He
Wow.
called it Twitter.
Twitter.
a little ghetto humor, y'all. Okay.
He called it Twitter.
He a throwback.
But
called
anyway,
it Twitter.
the
Brother
dance,
Hakeem.
the dancehall girls of Jamaica originated twerking, and then all of a sudden Miley Cyrus comes along And now it's the rage of
It's the right. Everybody loves
wants to
twerk.
do it.
And then she ain't even twerking.
Yeah, she just popping her back.
Yeah.
That's all. But they take
Slapping her
things
back.
that
But
they like.
that's how Queen been twerking all the time.
Absolutely.
Hard.
Patrick.
Yeah.
Oh, Patrick. Oh, yeah, I forgot about
Like in the
Patrick.
African culture, that's how they dance. Even the little kids dance
Yeah.
like that. 'Cause that's
They
in
yeah,
their-
yeah.
that's
They be
in their
rocking.
culture, Yeah.
But see, everything that they see that they like, they gonna take and make money.
They gonna
on.
take it back.
Because remember, rap music was once sold out of the trunk of people's cars. And they saw how much money that these young brothers were making, and then what did they do? They took it, and now they're making the billions of dollars.
Yeah.
And only a few brothers are now making that money.
Well, they took everything, Sheldon. They took the makeup. We all used to have to get Fashion Fair or Poisoner. Back in the days, it wasn't. Now you go to the beauty supply, wherever you're gonna go. It doesn't matter whether you go to Macy's or the beauty supply. They are making makeup. They make earrings. They have lipstick. They have everything. And if we owned the majority of them, we would have residual generational wealth that could last forever.
Right.
Another thing is gatekeeping. Y'all quit gatekeeping. I'm looking at the camera on there too. Quit gatekeeping. Teach one, reach one.
And here's the last shot. Culture without ownership is entertainment. Culture with ownership is legacy. We can't keep being the sauce without owning the recipe. We don't just need to create, we need to collect the checks. Buying power means nothing if we don't reinvest in us. Ownership secures legacy. They've been flipping our flavor forever. Time to set our own price. History repeats when we allow it. This generation has the knowledge to change it. Thanks to the panel, Ms. Debbie, Madam Dee Dee, Sheldon, the Professor T. Nunn, and Face Off.